man. Oh, okay. And we ended Sunday. Pretty much got a. I feel we got an understanding of who God is, right? Uh, and I know I want to go over this just because this lesson 13 and lesson 14 pretty much talks about our spirit and renewing our spirit and asking for wisdom. So we came to the conclusion that where the Bible talks about, where I think Jamal said it was Philip who asked Jesus to show them the Father, and Jesus said, "What? So if you have seen Jesus, you have seen the Father." So that pushed us into what? Who is Jesus, right? Who is Jesus? Or who was Jesus? What is correct? Why y'all say who is? I'm glad y'all said that because it was something that Jamal got on to me Sunday, which I don't care. That I feel when I was talking to James, I was sharing something with James, well, everybody else who was here as well. Um, but y'all said who is and not who was. So when depending on how we word something, you know, I was telling James that my job is God. James, I can't say that. Jamal told me I don't need to be saying certain stuff. It might cause somebody to stumble. I got you, Jamal, but uh, some of those things I feel that we do need to express, our faith level to folks. Hopefully it'll encourage them to start thinking and their faith level can, get to a point. So I've always taken somewhat of issue when I have heard people say stuff about causing somebody to stumble. Uh, because my ways and I can act in a way. My behavior is what I'm gonna say. Can cause somebody to stumble over me talking about stuff. But anyways, we ain't gonna get into that. But the is the key to what I was pretty much what I was saying, what I shared with James Sunday, because if we say that everything is God, why come I can't say this is God, this is God, this is God, this is God, right? Wasn't that what we was talking about? Said everything was created by him, everything is him, he is everything. So yeah, yeah. Okay, so what do y'all say who is God? Why are we saying that? Why are we agreeing that it's who is and not who was? Not God, but Jesus. I'm sorry. I said God didn't.
Because you're using that correct English. It is a ongoing thing.
Okay.
Jesus is with you every day. So it ain't no was Jesus. Jesus is.
Mhm. So so even if we talking about now I did this with the young folks, just for somewhat of understanding purposes. Because I know that some people will go and, read the story of Jesus, life of Jesus, knowing that Jesus died, right? So the man that walked this earth, that fella, is it a was or is?
Yesterday, today, and
Come on, be quiet.
You just talking about the clothes he put on. Man.
Just the clothes.
You came down here and see.
I got you. Okay, well, I'm gonna start trying to trick y'all up then. So whenever we go into um reading the gospel accounts of Jesus, we have any details really? Or have we ever paid any attention to, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, or whatever, and to get an understanding of what type of person Jesus was, or do we mainly key in on the things that he did? Anybody? I think most of us do I know I have. It was the things that he did, the teaching and the healing and all that type of stuff. So, but trying to get a picture of who um he was at that time, through the Gospels. I don't think I ever paid much attention to it. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at Jesus, whatever that he was involved in, he was passionate about it. If he was caring about a friend, and you look what they talk about that, even though he had the power to resurrect that, it still brought him peace. If you look at how he dealt with people paying you money in the temple, he was mad.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much of that just because he was righteous, he was like the board of emotion. Whatever he was into, he felt it, he was real about it, and he was 100% in.
And I can't say at one time, like I just said, it was more of the things that he did, but the weeping over Lazarus, was he crying over his friend? Y'all think he was? I really don't believe he was.
We'll see.
Yes, he was, I feel that he was more concerned about those who was there with him, Mary and all them. It's always a building, a spiritual, a faith thing. Y'all, I'm right here in front of y'all. I got power over all this right here, and you responding this way? Joe got his hand up. Adrian.
Bad part about that deal, when when they sent for him,
Hmm.
he didn't come right then.
That's right.
He hung around a few days before he went. So, and that when he got to where he was Mary
Hmm.
said that told Jesus
If you had a.
stand
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
up still in his burial clothes. And I can just imagine how that older hitter still he did his job. Then that God raised him from the dead, he raised Lazarus from the dead.
Hmm. Anyone else? So Joe said Jesus, he waited. And see, that's another indicator that their belief in him was their faith in him was still low, because he waited all this time, and I'm pretty sure that it even talks about the reason why he waited, so to for them, and they, just like we do, it still went right over the head. And that's what happens. I'm going to say sometimes with death, and when you're dealing with some certain stuff, emotions and feelings get in the way, and it clouds some stuff. So I'm glad y'all brought that up, Joe, because it really helps us with listening to your spirit. That's my next question. Since I can't trick y'all up with who Jesus was, Oh, I did, huh? Who Jesus was?
But
Who Jesus is? Okay. How do you know? How do one know anybody? When your spirit is speaking to you, your spirit, when your spirit is talking,
What spirit we talking about?
your spirit, your spirit. I know what you're saying, Jamal. I'm not necessarily talking about, and I don't want to say the Holy Spirit right now, but that's what I'm going to say. I want to know when the wisdom, the insight, what our faith, what God have shown us outside of the Holy Spirit guidance, just the plain old you, I'm going to say. When is it you that is speaking to you? Her hand went up quick, so she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Mine speak to me all the time.
All the time. Why you say that?
Because I'm not being many more places. And it's like, the voice, I'm being like, just pause, pause. I tell myself I'm doing too much. I tell, like, I don't know, my little sense of humor. I comment on, giggle. What I do, just, yeah, because I want to go through the day, like, should they need chill out? Just chill, just chill.
So you feel like that's you.
Yeah, the real me.
Okay. Anyone else? How do you know? How do you know? It's not a trick question. I promise you. You wouldn't know? You don't think you know?
There's like situations I've been through where like I would notice something,
Yeah.
it just don't feel right,
Okay.
so I leave the situation. But I can't say that's all me. Maybe
Oh.
like some past experiences
Yeah.
that may pop up, but I couldn't say that's all me. There would I would assume it would be something higher than me that's touching me. Like, hey, you might want to leave the situation. You shouldn't trust these certain people that's around you. So, but I wouldn't say that's all me. I like to say I'm a good judge of character, but I'm probably not. It's probably somebody that God protected me from certain things.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I just have to listen to that voice in my head that tell me to leave.
And you feel like that's not, and see, that's what I'm talking about. Completely being honest, if this was me doing this, I probably wouldn't listen.
100%.
So I
It's a
got
real fun.
you. Yeah, right. But someone else telling you, no, you don't need to go over there, and that's not you. I got you. I got you.
I just love Jamaica.
Yeah.
I had to leave.
Why?
You don't need to be here. Sometimes you just go back to your room. So I went back to my room.
Yes, sir. I heard that. Joe?
I've been on dead sleep in my truck.
Yeah.
And Joe, ain't nobody in the truck for me. I heard it. This here you talking right now. I don't know. I got up.
Man, I got you, Joe, and I'm not peeking. I promise you I'm not, because uh, we read stories of how many stories do we remember where God came to someone in a dream?
Mhm.
I really believe God still do that today. So could have been Joe, you know, could have been Shaw.
Oh,
We-
100%. That's why we moved.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't just radio, don't.
Best part, the best thing I like about what Jesus did, like when they were trying to kill him
Yeah.
in the crowds and stuff, he put his hoodie up, then walked right on through.
What hoodie he put up, Joe?
His hood, it just his robe.
He just
That robe he had, he just flipped the hood up,
yeah.
walked right on through. I like that.
You like that?
I like to be able to do that.
You can do that. You can do it, Joe.
Yeah, but you know, you got somebody that's supposed to be doing something else
Yeah,
and they ain't supposed to pay no attention.
yeah.
You you gotta walk on it. You can tell that you just by the way you walk. I know it's you. You ain't getting nowhere.
I know that you on the road. I'm talking about right there.
Oh man, someone else.
No, they was looking for.
Because Jesus is spirit. He's spirit. They weren't supposed to see him. Like I said, when they put the hoodie up,
Yeah. You don't think they saw her? I got you.
he walked through. Nobody said that. Nobody laid hands on him or nothing. He just on through. Well, we don't have from amongst them. And then look at the time when he told his disciples to go ahead on, to get on the boat, go ahead on. And when they got there, he was already there. Wait, spirit. All
Mm.
that be with the spirit.
Joe, you know I believe they saw him walking through the.
The what?
They saw him walking through the. You don't believe? You think so?
Because they were trying to kill him. They wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
They
But
wanted to kill him.
but you gotta remember, man, it wasn't his time. God wasn't gonna let nothing.
Exactly.
It wasn't gonna let nothing happen to him. They was right there watching him walk through.
You think they saw him and didn't recognize him then?
Mm-mm.
Or they looked at him just like, I don't feel like killing you today.
Well, whatever. They didn't do nothing to him.
They-
He drove through.
yeah. No, it's just the power of God. It wasn't his time. They they saw it. I feel that they that's just me. I feel that they saw it. But who knows? I don't know, Joe. That'll be something to do some research on.
Tell you walking on the water.
I got a few questions when I see him. So
You got a few?
I got a few questions. I'm mad.
No.
I just gotta know. Mad. You know you real nice.
Go ahead.
Let me go ahead and ask.
Go ahead and spill
Let
it.
me go ahead.
So at me, man, if I get up there, it don't even matter.
It may not matter, but I still want the curiosity.
I'm saying, he was walking on the water.
Okay.
He asked Lord to let him walk on the water. He told him, come on. He was doing pretty good. Till the wind started blowing.
Till the wind start
The wind
blowing.
started blowing. He think about the past and he got to singing. Started praying the Bible. Lord sing. Lord, we haven't pulled him back up.
So what was that, Joe?
What?
With Peter.
Doubt. Fear. He was already walking on the water. The Lord said, come on, you can do this.
She still didn't believe.
He was doing all right.
He didn't believe.
Well, apparently so, because the wind started blowing.
Yeah, went down.
What did he have? Lost.
Joe, and see, that's what Jesus, even though I know he was God, he didn't uh he didn't doubt the Father, did he? I mean, even some argue when he was on the cross and he asked God why yeah. I wonder why he did that. Jamal got his hand up. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamal. You asking me why do I think
That was the question.
why do you think he said that? I mean, since we right there. Why?
I feel like I remember Brother Howard talking about this a long, 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 long time ago. But it was something like God left for that momentary time period just because he couldn't be there around all that evil or something. Maybe. I'm not sure. Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. I remember Brother Howard had a sermon about it. He was talking about it long, long time ago. But I think that's vague.
Well, I'm going to say that we need to go back to what I think Jamal somewhat said something about, how Jesus was always he was did you say that or who said that? How he was compassionate about the things that he was doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so even before he made it to the cross, when he went and prayed a few times, I don't want to go through it. Don't the Bible tell us that he said that? Take it away from me. If we could do something different than me going through this. So what was that? It was the same thing I feel like on the cross. It's even with us. I mean, I feel like with us, we can see the same thing with us. That human side of us take over sometimes. And that's all I feel like that was with Jesus. That human nature, it took over for that. Uh, and then I would say too, man, he had been going so long, like man, when it gonna be over now, So, but that's what I really believe, truly, is the reason uh that he made that statement.
I think that's really for us.
That's for us.
Yeah. Do you think God put on foot? If he came down here and he was like just did everything, broke out this no feeling, no emotion, would that really give us anything to model ourselves out? Because when we get to that kind of moment,
Mm-mm.
we don't have no human expression of what it would feel like being like this.
Mm.
Because you telling me if somebody comes telling you, hey man, in the week they're gonna get you. You might go to this face in front of others, and hey, but you gonna feel out to the corner after a minute and be like, Lord,
Yes, sir.
and the closer it get to that day, when it gets your time, hey, if you got your mind made, if you're gonna do what God tell you to do, you still gonna ask him, hey man, did you show up? Because if you got a plan B, I sure think. And I think that's the way that he did the things that he did. It's really for us to be able to have that human connection because God, the Father, the Spirit, everything that he says, he's truth and he's life. But we, the human in the flesh, we have a hard time connecting with that.
Mm.
So that's the whole purpose of him putting on his party clothes and coming down here with us.
Mm.
So that we have something that looks like us, talks like us, eat, drink. He even went to sleep on the boat. He took a nap. So that we have something that's like us to look at.
Until Joe got scared.
Mm.
I said till Joe got scared.
You think Jesus was happy when they woke him up from his nap on the boat?
Nah, I know, right? That's real good, Jamal. That's the way to look at that. Um, battle. That's real good. Jamal, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's, talking about Jesus got put on flesh so that he could go through the things we go through, to sympathize with us. And that's why he may say that so that he can relate to us.
Us, yeah.
And we can relate to him.
So we got the perfect mediator too, right? He know what we deal with. And he know what we're trying to get to. Know what we can be. We just let that mind rest in the right way. Tony was talking about some. Y'all know Tony crazy, right? But Tony like, man, that peace of mind, man, that peace of mind. So if it takes for him to put on like that, and I'm gonna share this with y'all. Don't tell him I told you. Pay attention to him when his grandkids around.
What?
His grandkids. He don't act like no fool. I said, Tony, I said, man, you all right today? He like, yeah, man, had grandpa today. I said, what? I tried, but it didn't work. He said, my grandpa today. He said, I can't do that. Well, anyway, he was talking about a peace of mind earlier or whatever, right? So this lesson 14, because we getting into lesson 14, it's training the mind to listen to the spirit. So the reason I wanted us to, share and go over or to think about, like Shanae was saying, she know, and it's nothing wrong with what she was saying at all, because I do that a lot. I tell myself, Joe, that's my way of tricking myself. I tell people that I don't get tired. Y'all know we all get tired, right? I'm gonna keep saying I don't get tired. Cause if I start saying I'm tired, I ain't gonna get nothing done.
Like
Um,
I told you before.
yeah, yeah,
I hate drag.
right,
Doing something and you tired for finish.
right.
I hate it.
So you gotta keep telling yourself, Joe, it don't work.
I used to do that, man.
It don't work.
I used to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to leave home and drive to a place called, I think, it was in Texas. Uh, at 14 hours, man.
Yeah.
Keep it there.
The whole point.
No problem. If they give them a few, give about 4 or 5 hours. Look up again.
Mm.
But now I do 10. Time I had no problem.
Joe, I was at Home Depot today. The guy supposed to be helping me with some material. He was putting up some stuff. He was down on his knees, right? So he got up. He was like, "Oh!" I like, man, that time catch up with everybody. I said, it's okay. It's just time, Joe. That's all. It's just time. But yes, the what Shanae was saying, share as far as take a break and all this stuff. Uh, what them guys was talking about is being in a situation, and man, they look real good over there. But I'm going home. So that's not. So y'all feel like that's not you.
Say 100%. I know there's a part of me that be like, nah. There's also a part of me that be like, yeah. You gotta weigh your options. And I'm thinking, so can't run as fast as I go home. It may not be worth it, you know.
Oh man. So how do we uh listen, how do we train our minds to listen to the spirit? Because what I'm getting at is because I know that we have all this stuff, going on in our brains, right? And some of this stuff she got her hand up. Some of this stuff, it's not, you know, probably pleasing to God. Just like okay, if I'm Sunday roll around, right, Joe? And I'm sitting there at 8 o'clock. Man, I'm gonna skip Sunday school. No, I ain't gonna skip Sunday school. What I'm doing?
Oh, but I tell you what, I sometimes my alarm go up at 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
get up at 6. Man, trying to nod out again, 6:30, and it ain't going to day. No, uh, respect for the Lord, love for the Lord, I drag on up. Once I hit the shop, I'm good.
Yeah.
But if I don't hit the shop,
Mm-mm. 5 o'clock turn to 6,
then
6 turn to 7, all day gone, huh, Joe?
Oh, that all day now. Oh, I can't be all day now. Might be about 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir.
First, I realize is way we can know that the Holy Spirit is talking to us through the word, things that the Holy Spirit say aligns with the truth, uh, so that we don't feel confused or anything like any other voices in our head.
Hmm. So you saying that these things got to line up with the word? Hmm. Okay. Anyone else?
I seen the video where the guy was trying to explain to a lady the difference between judgment and discernment. All right, you can make a judgment about something based on what you know, your past experiences and all that stuff. But when you got the spirit actually talking to you, you're gonna end up in a place of discernment because you're gonna take what you hear and you're gonna line it up with actual word, and it's gonna agree. And that's going to allow you to be guided to the way that you need to go because this is saying what I need to do. This is saying the same thing. Okay, now I know where this is coming
Okay. So y'all pretty much saying y'all we need some Jesus in us in order for us to know that it's the spirit that's talking to us. I don't disagree with what you're saying because that's exactly right. It's no way possible. I'm going to say for us to know that the spirit is talking to us, or even well, we'll get to how to train our minds or whatever. But the spirit is talking to us when you don't know what to look for. Just like when I was telling you guys as far as okay, if you want to go and ask God for wisdom, but you don't know who God is, so you're gonna go ask God for some wisdom, and you don't know who God is. I know that probably sound away to some people, but it make a lot of sense to me. I need to know who this person is, what he's about, and I'm about to ask him for some of his wisdom. So if we don't know the word, we don't know Jesus, and I don't know you in off in Jamaica, right? And something tell you, no, I'm going back to my room. So something within your spirit, something with, and she said experience. I don't disagree with that, because God do allow for us to go through some stuff and experience some stuff, and hopefully most of the times we pay attention to those things and we learn something, so that when something else come along later on, you know what? This seem like it look like they say if it walk like one, Joe, it got to be right.
from.
But if you ain't experienced all that stuff, you wouldn't know. If we don't know who, like we went over the God's character. Uh, how would you know any of that if it comes to if he's speaking to you? How would you know if you don't know him and what he's about? If he's not living within in a way, So, but how do we train our minds to listen to? Now I know what Jamal was getting at, but how do we train our minds? Because we do know that if something seems to be easier, if something seems to look better, if this piece of cake right here, Joe, it look like it tastes better than I don't know this spinach over here, I'm gonna say. But something telling me I don't need this, but I need this, but this look better. So how do we train our minds? He said with that.
With the word,
How do you do that though?
you have to read and study.
Exactly.
You got to read and study.
But you know, I've been in situations where everybody that was doing it did not walk up on the scene. Some say, you don't need to be here. I want to leave right there, you know what I'm saying? But Luke signify. So I need to move, buddy. And I leave. Experience. Something happened to me in Vietnam. It didn't happen to me. Guys, 2 days left in the country. The trash dump. It's where everything was happening. And these guys, well, we're going to trash dump one more time. It was the last time too.
It was a
Trip the movie trap.
no.
They went home in a body bag. That let me know right there. You need to leave trash dump alone, but I stayed in my room. Now I got shot. Time me to go. You won't see me? Come to my room. What was I meant was the NCO clip.
That's it.
That's it. Mess hall to the shop. That was it.
You get,
I like to look at other people's mistakes and I learn from them.
I know that's right.
And I ain't got to go through it to know I ain't that hard headed. And that looked like it hurt. So I don't
want to do.
go over there.
That's right.
And when I see like some of the sailors, they do some stuff they ain't got no business doing. It look fun.
Yeah.
It ain't fun no more when you got to talk in front of the CO.
Yeah,
Because, you got caught up in something you had no business doing.
Right.
Granted, with the times I was out there doing business, doing stuff I hadn't been doing, 100%. But I was smart about it, and I went home. And it got too late. I know it's past curfew, and I'm still outside. Nah, I'm about to go home. It ain't even worth it for what? What I'm gonna stay up for 2 more hours for? I'm already tired. Go home. And I think a lot of that came with just getting older, though.
Yeah.
As I got older, I started wanting peace more than like to be in the nightlife or to be outside with everybody. Because we're doing the same thing every night anyway. It doesn't change, but you think it's fun, you with your friends, you in different countries and everything. And it's just like, it's the same thing everywhere you go at the end of the day.
Right.
And you don't never get that sleep back. So, and eventually that sleep catch up to you.
You talking like over it.
You never feel like you catch up on sleep, And so it's just like this ain't worth it.
Oh man.
I'll see people who my age or older that still try to be out there with the young folks. And I'll be like, I ain't going out there. Y'all can have that. Go in my room. Going to sleep. I'm going back to the boat, going to the house.
I heard that, man. I hear.
Yeah, anyway.
It make me think about your boy already.
Do that.
I got a quote by Denzel that say you got to be smart enough to know that every party you got to leave for the dope show.
You gotta leave for the.
Everybody come in, they shake hands, they greet everybody, and yeah, see you, man.
Yeah.
Well, I like that for the devil show. You gotta leave
Before he show.
You can find yourself in the middle of something.
Oh man.
Look at Psalm 119,
Okay.
around verse 11. And what it says is, your word I have treasured in my heart, that I may not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Lord. Teach me your statutes. With my lips I have told all of the ordinances of your mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of your testimony, as much as in all riches. And then when it gets to 15, it says, I will meditate on your precepts and regard your way. I shall delight in your statutes. I will not forget your word. But you look where he says meditate. That means something different than just read.
Mm-hmm.
Just like he told Joshua to meditate on the book of the law. He ain't saying just read. He's saying when you get done reading, go in by yourself and be very quiet, or you ain't got nothing else going on. and just really let these words settle on and start to think more deeply about what they mean. Why is that like that? Why did I word that way? And that's when this stuff start actually, well, like what Van was doing last month about that other part of your unconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you start actually molding into your unconscious mind where, hey, stuff happening. Hey, this verse just came to my mind. It kind of like this situation. Because you've been meditating, you read it, you meditated on it, you've been thinking about it. So you get in there. It ain't something that you read one or two times and boom and gone. No, it's in
Mm-hmm. Okay.
there. Keep in mind, every time that something happens to you, I know we got phones, but your Bible ain't gonna be right there next to your leg like a gun. So where are you getting this stuff from for you to be compared?
Mm.
It's coming from your meditation.
Okay. Anyone else? Now, they said we need to read and we need to study. Uh, which is true, true, true. But one of those things that it's so much in this, right? Have anybody ever felt like where do I start when it's come down to reading the Bible? And I know for years, well, it's been some years ago, but for years, I would read, read, read. I wouldn't pick up on anything. I mean, I could tell the stories, but I couldn't. Okay, how does this relate to me? Why wasn't I picking up on it? Go ahead, Jamal. You gonna tell me why I wasn't picking up on
Yeah.
it?
Why you were picking up on it because you were just reading. You were not immersing yourself into the text. That's when the studying part come into speak or come into life. Where you immerse yourself into the text, you get down in there and you try to understand what's really being said, what's really going on in this passage, what's this verse really saying, or how does this relate to me? Do I put myself in not only the author's shoes, but put myself into the one he's speaking shoes as well. So take for instance, when studying James. You put yourself in James' shoes, then you put yourself in the audience that he's speaking to, the Jewish Christians. You put yourself in their shoes as well, so that you can understand, what is he talking about? What is it they're dealing with? And how does it relate to me? And so when you study like that, you begin to reflect on it. When I did the study with the Levitical sacrificial system and how Nadab and Abihu, when they did what they did, I started looking at my worship. Is I'm worshiping correctly? Is I'm, worshiping the way God commanded me to do it? Or is I'm doing how they did, worshiping the way I think he would accept? And
Hmm.
that was the issue when it came to them too. They worshiped the way that they thought God would accept, and not the way God commanded them to. That was the whole issue of that story.
Gotcha. Y'all heard what he said. Now, that's real good, Jamal, and I completely agree with you. I was just reading. Once I decided to, okay, I'm gonna see what this about. Some of this stuff we read in here, it don't apply to us. Some of us don't know that. I didn't know that at one time. Everything in here don't apply to us, and everything here don't apply to people outside. So that's why when we have discussions on stuff, and we get into start talking about, the church, and then we want to blend, outsiders in the church. You can't do that because it's not talking to outsiders. So once you get that understanding, that's a training of your mind, or whatever. So I have Jamal, and I'm a encourage you to try this. How have always told us to read before and after. I said, you know what? I'm gonna try something different. I'm going to just read this right here in the middle. I ain't gonna worry about the before or the after. You know why I started doing that? Just so I could think. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on before I go read the before and the after. You know what I mean? So and that has really helped me because sometimes by the time I do go back and like, oh, this is what it was saying, but I was thinking this, but it could be this. He even could be this because I had time to, you know, think through that, particular verse or whatever, without having the before or the after. That makes sense. So it's a training of the mind, and I'm glad Jamal brought that up as well, because in order for us to train our minds to listen to the spirit, okay, we gotta teach ourselves how to take in this properly, so that we can listen to the spirit like we supposed to. Because Jamal started out saying, and I know, and I'm glad James Hall wasn't here. And when I say that, I really don't mean that I'm not glad that he's not here, because I know James would have jumped on this big time. Jamal started out saying, "What spirit?" I know he was talking about the good one in the bath, because it's do we believe that do y'all we've always seen the good and the bad, the good devil, the bad devil, good, whatever it was. What is the angel and the devil? Two devils. I don't remember. I haven't seen that in so long. But do that exist with us? I'm talking about church folks. Do that really exist?
Yeah.
It do. Yeah.
Not necessarily somebody popping up on my shoulder.
But in your mind, that actually exists. You know? Yes, sir.
I don't think you look at Jesus when he went into the wilderness,
Okay.
the Sermon on the Mount. The devil came to him, and the first thing he did was he tried to tempt him. Well, think you can't tempt somebody with something they ain't interested.
That's it.
So first thing he came back with was just the most basic thing. I know you're hungry.
Yeah.
Eat one of your rocks.
And look at how Jesus handled it. Though. Jesus immediately went to the word. He didn't try to reason with the devil with his own mind. He went to the word. Well, he didn't have a bunch of scrolls with him walking through the wilderness. So the word had to be in his mind.
And
So
then,
like Jamal was saying, you got to train yourself to where your reading and your meditation is ingraining this stuff into your mind. So that when that moment comes up, you got something to defend yourself with. This
exactly.
looked good to me. Remember how would tell me, yeah, nah, I can't. Because it's almost like, okay, you take somebody that ain't never been trained with nothing, give them a gun, put it on their side and give it to them. And then you wait a minute and you surprise, hey, how fast can they get it out? That person they ain't trained with that till they go. They gonna struggle.
Performing with.
Yeah, they gonna fumble with that. And our mind is the same way. If you put somebody in a situation where they under some pressure, and they ain't had enough study and meditation on the word for that situation, they gonna have to struggle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely. Jesus had no. I mean, he started at a young age.
So
He
when
that was his life.
they was on the mountain and Satan tried to get the Lord to bow and say he told him, I give you all this kingdom. So my question was, how you gonna give him something he already got? He already got it. So what you saying? You ain't got nothing. You did
He
can't
just
trick him.
he just the ruler over, and he was gonna try to get him his stuff on.
Yeah.
That's a
You want
bad
to bring
dude.
him.
That's a bad dude, Joe.
Ain't that bad. Though. Ain't that bad.
He trying to trick us. Mm-hmm.
I did the same thing. Get you on the contract.
They try to give us these re-enlistment bonus. I want the money.
Yeah.
I'll take.
Yeah.
Oh man, man. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna pick up on that come Sunday.
See, yes.
What's going on?
Hmm?
What's going on? What you doing? Nothing. What you doing? You don't know? Oh, you doing that? That's what you doing? You gonna work. But you told me that you need something.